on your second worksheet now, I'm not adding or subtracting. Now I'm going to multiply or divide. Okay? But the thing here that I like to do is, if I can, to always multiply, although it is really easy to show division on this problem than multiply. But if I was going to multiply, what would I take the 4x times? If I was going to multiply, what would I take the 4x time to get just 1x? What would I multiply by? Okay, so what would I multiply on this side so I would get that? Okay, I see what you're saying. I see why you're saying 3. But what am I going to multiply by here so that when I do it, I'll get just x equals? Oh my. Remember one of those properties that I had you memorize? There were 4 main properties. We had the commutative, associative, distributive, and then the other one. Yeah. So what is the multiplicative inverse of 4? My camera people, you can't see this. Well, I'll just write it right here. All right. So here it is. Even though this is 4, when you're multiplying by a fraction, it's 4 over 1. So when you multiply by 1/4, you get 1. Because I need to figure out what 1x is. Okay? Now, I know many of you knew the answer. But again, it's showing how you get to the answer. Because eventually, we're going to be doing a problem here where you can't do it in your head. And you're going to have to know how to type it in on the calculator. Okay? So, what do we need to do? We need to multiply by 1/4. You're multiplying by the reciprocal. Oh, this is the directions from the other one. It should say, well, it doesn't say it. It would have given you our answer that we're talking about right now. Okay, so we're going to multiply by 1/4. So we multiply by 1/4. Remember, when I multiply by 1/4 here, that's 12 over 1. Right? The whole number over 1. So write down everything I wrote. 1/4 in parentheses. 1/4 in parentheses. Fraction bar, 1 underneath the 12. Line, because that's your total line. That separates what you did there to what you have. And 1/4 of 4 is 1. I get 1x. You can write 1x, or you can write just x. We've covered this enough that you should know the difference between, or that they're the same. 1x and x are the same. And then that equals 12/4, which is what? 3. And there's where the 3 comes in. Okay, so we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, multiplicative inverse. Okay? All right. So, number 2, what am I going to multiply by? 1/3. You multiply by 1/3. Because this is this. 3 is 3 over 1. That's going to give me 3 over 3, which is 1. Over here, I'm going to multiply by 1/3. that's 6 over 1. When I multiply here, everything cancels out. I get 3 over 3, which is just 1, or x, 1x, x, equals. And then here I get 6 over 3, which is 2. Okay, and let me back up the 6 over 3. How did I get 6 over 3? Top times top, 6. Bottom times bottom, 3. And then that is equal to 2. This is what I did in my head. This math, I did it in my head to get 2. I'm expecting you to be able to do that. Okay, when you get to a more complex problem that you can't do in your head, you'll do it on your calculator. Okay. Number 3, what are we going to multiply by? 1/4. So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, 1/4. Remember, that's 8 over 1. When I do that, here I get just 1x. Here, I'll write it, I get 8/4, which is 2. So the challenge today isn't so much to find the answer, because many of you were able to find the answer before we did anything. The challenge is, how do you write it and show it? Now, 4, 5, and 6 are just like 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to skip down to number 7, because the layout's a little different. Okay, so on number 7, what do you think I'm going to multiply by? Okay, this is right now the m over 7. That's the same as 1m over 7. That's the same thing. Remember, x is the same as 1x. So I have 1/7. So what am I going to multiply by?
7 over 1.
Yeah, I'm going to multiply by 7 over 1. So I'm multiplying by 7 over 1. Or do I have to write the 1? Can I just say I'm multiplying by 7? Hopefully you guys will get that, because it's going to be a lot easier for you. Just multiply by the 7. Multiply by 7. And we get m, because this cancels, m is equal to 42. Number 8, what am I going to multiply by?
3.
3. Last year. So we multiply by 3, and we get, again, that cancels. So I just have x equals 39. Make sure you're writing all of this down. You have to have it all written down to get credit for it. And then number 9, what are we going to multiply by? 8. Okay, there's one other set of questions I want to go over. Those people that are done with number 9, see if you can figure out what set of 3 I'm going to do next. 16, so 168. 21 times 8, I believe, is 168. All right.
Are we going to have an isosceles?
Just hang on there. Now, we could do 16, 17, and 18, but that is the same as the ones we just did, except I didn't have the 1 written. Okay? So let's look at 22, 23, and 24, because they are actual fractions. Okay? So on 22, what are we going to multiply by? 3 over 2. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal. 3 over 2, 3 over 2. I suppose I should put these in parentheses. Multiplying. Now watch here. Cancels. It's just an x. Equals. And then here you go 3 times 14, 42. Divided by 2, 42 divided by 2, 21. You get x equals 21. Number 28. What are we going to multiply? Both sides. 5/4. On this side, when I multiply by 5/4, they cancel. And it just leaves me with the x. Over here, 5/4. And when I do that, 5 times 28 is 140. Divided by 4, and that is 35, which is equal to x. So you might need a calculator here on this one. Okay, you would have to go 5 times 28, whatever you get for that, and then divide that by 4. So you get 140 over 4, and when you divide that out, you should get 35. Questions on that one? All right, number 24. You try it. See if you get the right answer. You might need a calculator. Oh. Huh. I just saw it. What did I forget? I forgot my variable. This should be 3/4 x equals 42. Sorry. 3/4 x equals 42. Typo. And then we get 56. So x equals 56. Did I miss my x's on the other ones? I don't see. Okay. Questions there. So you have two types of problems. Okay. When we get to the IXL, these are all mixed together. Okay. So remember, on your first worksheet, you're adding, right? Whatever number you're going to add to both sides. On the second worksheet, I try to do everything so we're multiplying. That way you don't get confused. When do I multiply? When do I divide? When do I? Nope. We're going to always multiply by the reciprocal. Okay? So we're multiplying. All right. Go ahead. You have both worksheets to finish for tomorrow. Yes. Both worksheets to finish for tomorrow.